Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 22nd of January 2016. So the oil figures released yesterday afternoon at 4 p.m. came out higher than forecast, and the market did the opposite thing. It actually moved higher. There was another reason for that as well. It was the rollover from the February to the March futures contract as well on the NYMEX exchange, which helped to lift the crude oil prices yesterday. So up 4 million barrels on 0.2 million, which is 200,000 the week before. So what effect did this have on prices? Let's just fast forward. You can see the economic news there. You can see it started out negative, and then they brought the market back and then moved prices higher. So we've got this fairly bullish move in the background, coming up 200, 300 points following the morning session, the pre-market session, and then after the news, up another 100 points there. We then get a buy signal. The market fills this in the direction that the market's going, but as you'll see in a moment, it just fails to make any headway. The maximum available profits on this were about 7 points. Then the market reversed, came back through the entry price. And as we approach the psychological level of 16,000, we know we're going to have a problem if the market breaks this. And sure enough, it does. And before you know it, we're taken out of the trade. The market does come back, gives you a bit of a reprieve here, just to see if the market's going to trade above. It's banging its head against that resistance level. And then we see the market take out the trade for a loss there. So later on the evening session, we get a second short. The market doesn't want to go up, it wants to go down. So again, knowing the background of the market, we see the trade actually filled in just a second and then come down to the scalp. At this point, I'm not out of the trade. I'm just going to remark the trade back up so I can see what the market's going to do at the 15,900 level. Rescale the chart, and now the market's sitting sideways. I'm still in the trade at this point. The downside is in my favor, so I'm just holding the trade at the moment. And I'm also looking, if I can just wind this back just a little bit, at the daily chart, trying to get an idea of what's happening there as well. And generally, when you get the market coming off the low like this, it does tend to continue to move to the highs. But given the backdrop of the weakness there, I thought it's worth holding just to see if the market will come back. And then it came back below the entry price, back down, had another look at the 15,900, then came back again. But one great thing that's happening here is that the market's making these lower highs. So again, you're comforted by knowing that it just needs to break the psychological level there of 15,900, which it does. I've now removed the initial stop. The stop is at break even, so it doesn't matter what happens now. The market comes down, goes down to the 15,850, and then we get a bit of support coming into the market there. You can see it's up 90 odd points at one time, if not a bit more. If we just go to there, you'll see. And then what I'm doing now is marking 50% above the high of this bar as the market comes down. Give it a bit of room to breathe, but also keep locking in the profits. So the market's coming back, banging its head against the 15,850, and then we see some support coming into the market. And at this point, if we just go back a bit more here, sorry about the flashing on the screen there, you can see it's up over 100 points now. But I want to see if the weakness is going to continue and move lower. Doesn't quite hit the next downside target of 15,800 and then starts to drive back, which we should be used to by now. The plunge protection team coming in just before the close and bringing prices back to the upside. And here you'll see the trade being taken out there for a 58.60 point profit there, as prices come back. So a lot of points coming back this way. There are other ways of doing it by going into a smaller time frame, which I will, when I get 5 minutes, record a video on how you can actually do that. But sometimes if this had gone for another 200 or 300 points, then I would have been glad. But you know, it's just the options and the choices that you have to make. Do you take all of the money off the table at 100 points and then it goes down 250 points and you leave 150 on the table? So I was giving it room to breathe, but on this occasion it came back. But I covered the loss in the other trade, and given that the volatility was strange yesterday, it's not a bad result. So you could have had 100 points, but 60 points is fine. Right, let's have a look at the daily chart. Have a look at the bigger picture, see what's happening there. So in the daily chart, see the market still moving to the upside there. No surprise given this type of price bar. I've mentioned these before. When you get one that comes off the low and comes back over a third, and between a third and halfway, you will see the market following generally move to the upside down. That's what we're seeing at the moment. No surprise really given the support over in the August lows as well. So news-wise today, what have we got? Let's have a quick look through. After lunch, we've only got existing home sales. This is out at 3 p.m. We've got one MPC Cunliffe speaking at midday as well, which won't affect the US that much at all. So not much on the news front, and then the implied volatility down slightly yesterday, which you'd expect, 22.36, and again reflected in the chart there, as you can see that. Right, that's it for today. I will see you in Monday's Market Alert. Have a great weekend. As ever, thank you for your support, very much appreciated, and hopefully today we'll have a nice moderate volatility by the looks of things, so that should be good. And the buy side looking the better side, but don't forget the weakness in the background there will prevail at some point as well. You will get rallies, you'll get a bounce, but it's how far the bounce will actually go, so always keep that in mind as well, because the market is certainly weighted to the downside now as opposed to the upside. Right, that's it. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.